It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That, of course, is Dragonforce. That tune, brand new stuff from the Reaching Into Infinity release. That one is called Astral Empire. And on the line right now, we have the bassist and the songwriter and kind of the everything guy, as I see it, in Dragonforce, is Frédéric Leclercq. Frédéric, how are you, man?
Hello, I'm good. How are you doing?
Excellent, man. Well, Frédéric, I got to tell you, Another Dragonforce record, another record that challenges you every which way to listen to it, and another great one, man. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
You know,
very kind of you.
Sure. Well, Frédéric, I right off the bat, and I know you've seen all the press that's being out there, that your publicity people are putting out there, and I'll go along with it. Lot of diversity in this record, maybe more than on any other record that you guys have done to date. Why the decision to kind of try some different things and do different things instead of sticking with the proven formula?
Well, actually, for this album, we just wanted to do the same as we done on Maximum Overload, which was actually writing everything together, Sam and I, because I guess, Sam was the main songwriter before, so he wrote most of the material for the first 5 albums.
Right.
And he got kind of, well, I guess it's pretty hard to not repeat yourself. So we decided to work together on Maximum Overload, and people liked it. And we said, it worked pretty fine, so let's do the same thing. And he came to my place in France, and actually, it didn't turn out that way.
Right.
He ended up next door, like in another room, working on 1 or 2 songs while I was just piling up ideas. And that's how I ended up writing most of the material on the new album. And because I am not a big, I'm not a power metal guy. I'm more like into traditional heavy metal or thrash, death, black metal, prog, anything but power metal, really. I guess that is why the album sounds different.
Sure. And probably didn't hurt either that you worked with Jens Bogren on the production, who has worked with bands, Symphony X or Devin Townsend or Opeth, that like to challenge the boundaries as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially on Maximum Overload, because we had to, to get to know each other. So he was really like, oh, you guys need to change this and that, blah, blah. This time, not so much, actually, because Jens and I, we have the same vision when it comes to music. So because I came up with all my ideas, he didn't have to moan as much as he did on the previous album, which was a bonus, obviously. But I mean, obviously, he helps us when it comes to have a better sound. And I mean, it's great to work with him. I consider him like the 7th member of the band almost. When we are in studio.
Sure. Now, Frédéric, when you do something that does touch different areas and expands the boundary of what people know for the band, how do you know when it's right? I mean, and I know that's kind of an odd question, but if you just follow the formula, what sounds like a quote unquote Dragonforce song. When you are expanding, as you guys have with Reaching Into Infinity, how do you know when you've gotten what you're looking for?
Well, I mean, I just write what I think is right to me, and then I have to present it to the other guys. And when they say, come on, then I know that I've gone too far. But no, really, I don't know. I mean, on this album, I really went for it, like, the song War, which sounds like very like speed thrash metal.
Right.
I just wanted to go for it. I was like, okay, well, let's write a speed metal song, and let's not have that much keyboards on it, almost none, and have Mark to sing with a more aggressive voice than usual, and see if it sounds like us. And because I guess all the members have like such a strong personality, sound-wise, I guess at the end of the day, everything sounds like Dragonforce. So I didn't really think too much I have to stick to this formula or that. I was just like writing songs, and I guess I kind of know I have another band called Sinsanum,
Right.
and like I know, for example, if I write a song or if I have an idea that is, well, it has to be, either this is brutal and evil, this is going to be Sinsanum, this is melodic and not that brutal, then I can try it with Dragonforce. I guess that's how it works. But to make a simpler answer, I just give it a try and hopefully it works. And that's what I did, and it worked apparently.
Sure, and it can't be a bad thing either when you have such world-class musicians as you do in Dragonforce. I mean, certainly Mark's voice and Herman's guitar playing and whatnot. I mean, across the board, you're probably not afraid to try some things and find that people can't do it. It seems like you guys' band can pretty much do just about anything instrumentally.
Well, I mean, the challenging thing on this one was actually to play slow song because,
Right.
like to do fast stuff, that's one thing, that's okay. But when you play slowly, you have to, to show more, I don't know, soul in the music and whatnot. So I guess that's what was challenging on this one. But one thing that we worked on was developing Mark's voice, and instead of having not that was wrong before, but having just one dimension in his vocals, he's been on this album. He's been doing the death metal vocals. He's been singing like with aggression, sometimes more soft, and I think that's what really. That's one of the most interesting thing on this album. I think is like Mark's work, and yeah, but no, I mean the point is everybody is pretty good at what they're doing. So indeed, that's pretty easy to just present a song, and I know that's gonna sound okay.
Sure. Now Mark did do a little bit. I believe he did a little bit of like some death metal growling on Maximum Overload. Is that kind of when you got the idea of, okay, well, maybe we can incorporate this a little more, for the new record?
The growling on Maximum Overload was actually Matt from Trivium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I've done some as well. I mean, that's what I do live, and that's what I do. I've been doing on the album since Power Within. But no, that happened actually while on tour. On few occasions, sometimes my microphone was not working, and just like he handled the my death metal vocals,
right?
And it happened like a few years ago that actually my voice disappeared. I woke up one morning and I was like, right. I mean, I was able to talk, but I couldn't really sing. That lasted for a few weeks or months actually. So he had to do those death metal vocals. So I kept that somewhere in my head. And when we started the album, first we wanted to have guests again.
Okay.
We thought that might be interesting to have Ishan from Emperor. Or and we're just like thinking, who could we ask? And then I was like, well, why don't we actually give it a try with Mark, because he can do it, and
Sure.
He's done it, and it just sounded great. So we didn't have to ask anyone.
Excellent. Now, for this release, you do have a new drummer. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how did Guy come into the band?
G.
Sorry.
G. Yeah. No, I mean, he doesn't like it when you call him Guy, so I call him Guy quite often, actually. Guy. But yeah, no, it's G. Well, I think I met him on several occasions in like European festivals, and that we really discovered him with Sam because he was doing actually a cover of Through the Fire and the Flames on drums.
Okay.
And and we watched that video and we were like, wow, imagine that guy would be in the band, that'd be great. And well, because Dave didn't want to do it anymore, we just like remembered him and just like, oh, all right, we should give it a try. And yeah, I mean, he's joined the band right when Maximum Overload came out, so he did the whole world tour with us, and that's the first time he's recording an album with us. And I mean, I remember like he went to Sweden on his own to do the drums after all the demos were done and whatnot. And when I got there after, Jens was like, wow, that guy is really good. And yeah, we're very happy with what he's done. He's full of energy, and he's a great drummer. So.
Sure. Did it make how you guys put a record together change any, or no real noticeable change?
No, not really. No.
Okay. You know, well, I mean, you know, sometimes you change a member and the whole vibe changes.
No. I mean, no. I'm trying to think what changes. Well, it's just like it's louder. He's Italian, so it's very loud. The vibe changes on the bus because he's always on the phone with his, I don't know, family or girlfriend. He's like wow, ciao, ciao, wow, wow, wow.
Right.
So that's that's the vibe change. But in terms of music, no, not really. No.
Okay, excellent. Well, Frédéric, talk a little bit about this gig that you guys have coming up. Was it next week? That is going to be the first chance for people to hear some of this music from Reaching into Infinity.
Actually, we played a festival last week in Austria. Something called Full Metal Mountain, and we were playing in a mountain, which was sort of nice and strange at the same time. And we played actually a song of the new album. We played Judgment Day.
Okay.
And and the reaction was actually very good because usually, when you play a new song, people are more like, all right, okay, let's not move and let's listen carefully. And,
right.
you feel a bit, strange on stage. Just, do they like it? They don't. But no, there was a good vibe with that song. So that was great. And we're going to play that song again and probably another one next week in London. That's a small show, and we're just doing that for fun. Something that we do. We like to do those small release party, just like this is, when is it? Next Wednesday,
the 12th. Yeah, on the 12th.
Yeah, something like that. So that's great. We're just gonna play a bunch of new songs and obviously old songs and see how it goes.
Excellent. Now, and then after that, I'm going to assume that you have a touring cycle scheduled that's either filling up or already filled up and just not announced yet?
We've announced some. What did we announce? Hold on. Well, we announced those. It's before the album comes out. We're gonna go to Indonesia. Then the album comes out, and then we go to Japan, Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand, and then we go to the US.
Excellent.
For the whole July, I believe. Then UK has been announced. UK is in October, but I wouldn't be surprised if we would, do stuff in September. And so it's not announced yet. It's not, confirmed or official.
Sure.
And I believe October and November as well. So that we're going to be pretty busy this year.
Excellent. Now, let me ask you one question that's not directly related to Dragonforce, but not too long ago, your former singer got announced as the new singer for Skid Row, which interesting band for him to end up in, given his pedigree with you guys and his ties to the power metal world. What were you surprised when you heard that he joined Skid Row? And I'm not even saying that as a negative thing. I love Skid Row, but I have to admit I was very surprised when I saw former Dragonforce singer join Skid Row.
Oh, no, not surprised at all. Not at all. Because, it's because that's what's interesting. People have one image of of him just because he was singing Dragonforce. So you imagine him just like being like, living in a mountain with a sword and, on a dragon. But no. I mean, ZP is a huge fan of Skid Row, Bon Jovi, Cinderella, Poison, all that, that sort of stuff. And I remember when he was in the band, like when we do sound check, I would grab the guitar and just do the beginning of 18 Alive, like and immediately, just like the others, no, come on, and then he grabbed his microphone, Ricky was a young boy, and I mean, he loved that sort of band, so. No, I'm actually not surprised, and I'm really happy for him because I spoke to him. What was that? In November when he was not announced yet. That was not official, but he was already in the band. And I was like, fuck you. Oh, sorry, I was swearing. But I mean, I was like, so how do you like it? And he was like, dude, this is awesome. It's like every night I'm going there, I'm just singing all the songs I love. I'm like, yeah, I bet. And once that was official, I just, sent him a message. He was like, dude, congratulations. He was like, yeah, man. So no, I'm definitely not. We're not surprised, and we're very happy for him.
Excellent, man. Well, certainly things to be happy about include the new release, Reaching into Infinity. It is the new record from Dragonforce. It comes out. When does it come out exactly?
19th of May in the world, apart from Japan. I think Japan comes 17th of May. They got lucky this time. Or I don't know if they're lucky, but yeah, it's coming 17th in Japan and 19th in the rest of the world.
Excellent. Well, Frédéric, as a tradition on the show, we always wrap the interviews up with a letting you choose a track from the new album to close with. So what would you like us to close with from the new album, and maybe tell us a quick story about the song?
I don't know. I mean, I just to annoy everyone, I would choose the longest one. It's 11 minutes.
It's fine.
But I don't know. Do you guys have 11 minutes?
Sure, absolutely.
Cool. Okay. Well, then I go for that one. It's called Edge of the World, and well, that's rather unusual for Dragonforce. That's one of the song I wrote, and I was like, oh, is it gonna end up on the album, or do the guys are gonna tell me, well, actually go yourself?
Right.
But yeah. So this is the sort of music I like. More progressive, and also like it has like a strong taste of Iron Maiden, and especially because of the intro and outro in acoustic, which will remind people of the album Seven Son vs. Seven Son. Like the Seven Deadly Sins, Seven Ways to. Yeah, the intro and outro it has the same on that song. So not that I did it on purpose, but then I realized I was like, oh, that's pretty good, but I've heard that before. Oh yeah, all right, Seven Son. But I kept it anyway. Right. And it tells a story, and it goes through different motions, so people can hear Mark's vocals, when he sings like death metal. This is a very epic song. In fact, the working title was Epic. And it features myself on a soft solo that I was trying to do a bit of Uli John Roth from Scorpions, but ended up sounding like David Gilmour from Pink Floyd, which is fine.
Sure.
And well, I don't know. Everybody seems to like that song, and I think this is one of my favorite on the album, and I know that this is Mark's favorite, definitely. So hope you guys enjoy it, and sorry because it lasts 11 minutes.
All right. Well, let's. They're all strapped in, so let's give them some brand new Dragonforce right here on your Classic Metal Show.